In the last video I painted the backgrounds of these little notebooks white, and then I added a white background napkin to them. So once they were on, there was nothing more to do. This time we're going to look at napkins that have coloured backgrounds. We will still paint the notebook white first, but then when we add these napkins with the coloured backgrounds, we're going to then have to paint up here to continue the scene. And that's what I'm going to show you today, as well as another way to decorate inside your notebooks. If you want to know how to add these napkins to these notebooks and also how to paint the background white, go to video 1 in this series. That's fully explained there. The video is in the links below, and also a link to it will come up at the end of this video. As these napkins appear on the screen, I will actually have their names appearing above, because these are all napkins from Ninnys Napkins. And there's a link to Ninnys Napkins site below, and also a discount code for those who would like to get 10% on their purchase. Here's 2 book covers, and as you can see, the napkin sort of only goes up to about here. And possibly you could leave it like that, but I just want to continue the sky, and I'm going to continue the sky with white. And see this dirty brown there? See that? And it's a similar brown to this one here as well. So I'm going to do it with both of these. So first of all, I'm going to mix titanium white Joe Sonia with burnt umber. It's a really dark brown, but if you mix it with the white, so there's a lot more white than there is the burnt umber, and you just keep slowly mixing it up till you get to the shade you want. Put it down there, and that's pretty much it. Alright, so now I'm going to get a bigger brush, and I'm going to get some more white, because I'm going to blend the white through that. Okay, so I've got those 2 colours there. I'm going to start with the white, start putting that across the top, and as I come down, I'm going to add a little bit of this with it. Not too much, just a little bit, and when I get down to here, I'm going to add a lot more, so that we're hiding the edge of the napkin and adding to the scene a little bit, making the sky taller again. I've got the brush on the side, and I'm just adding some sort of lines, colour, and blending it through, and then bringing it down into the napkin as well. And as you can see, there's a complete background there now. I'll bring it up closer so you can have a good look, and it all looks like a continuous picture. So I'm going to do the same to this other one here. I might have to mix up a bit more though first. I think that might be enough. Now let's start with the white again at the top. As I come down, I'll add some bits of brown. I think that needs to be a bit darker actually. We come down the bottom there. See, yes, that's better. Add a few bits of white through it just to break it up, and you can rub it into the napkin too. But I just want to get rid of that edge where the napkin finishes, and just have a bit of a skyscape up here. Now let's have a look at what that looks like. You can still see the napkin edge there, so just put a bit of that in. And there we are, they're both finished now. As you can see, it looks like it's completed. Now that these 2 are dry, I thought I'd give you a closer look with a better light. You can see the different colours of the brown. It's very subtle, but it just makes it look like that picture just continues into the sky. And over here, you can see the brown going into the sky there too. Just very subtle, but it gives you a nice finish. With this lovely napkin, that's like a greeny black behind, so I added that to the top because the napkin finishes about there. so I had to paint in the rest, but I painted over some of this too so that it all looks like it matches. If you're enjoying what you're seeing today, please don't forget to push the like button and share it with others that you might think might enjoy this. Also, if you would like to see the rest of the videos in this series, push the subscribe button and the little bell so that you'll be notified of the future videos. Now, once the napkins on the front of the journals were dry, I then added multiple colours of washi tape to the inside of the journal. So the first thing I did is look at the front cover of the journal and make a decision as to the colours of washi tape I would use inside. And then I chose those and proceeded to decorate the pages all differently according to the washi tapes I have chosen. So I tried to make every page look completely different, and also every book that I did, so that if I gave the books to more than one member of the family, they didn't have a repeat of the same thing. So I'm now going to go through those books, all the books, and just give you an idea of the different patterns ideas I used in order to get this variety. One way to use washi tape on the pages vertically, both in the center and on the outsides. Also, you could double it up and have two instead of one, or you could get really fancy and cut one and use the other half on the other side to make a more interesting pattern. Now we could use our washi tape horizontally across the bottom, across the top, across one top and one bottom, further down on the page, and a different space on the page. Single on one side and some writing on the other. Top and bottom on both pages. Or we could start to shape the lines at one end or both ends. Washi tape can be put on diagonally at the top, at the bottom, top and bottom opposite each other, double washi tapes. And with this one, we've actually, the washi tape is only that wide, but with washi tape, if you put it beside itself, quite often the pattern just continues. So we just completely covered that whole corner in 3 rows of washi tape, top and bottom, to fill in the corner on the diagonal. This time I'm combining a straight line and a diagonal line, and I've also put half the washi tape on this side, and then I've put it over to that side, and this side I've put it along where it ends, where the lines end there, and so when it folds over it's wider on that side, so it makes this page look slightly different. Now this time I've got it diagonally there, and on the opposite side I've got 2 washi tapes on that diagonal and still the straight one there. This one I've got 2 washi tapes on both sides. This one I've put the straight there and a diagonal on either side. This one the straight and the diagonal are diagonally opposed to each other. This one got a diagonal on all 4 corners. This one, I've added a little arrow there and there to the diagonal, which is also a washi tape. And this one, I've got a double there and a double there. And I'm sure you could come up with many more combinations for this. Because some washi tapes are perfectly symmetrical, you can actually cut along the lines to get a perfect shape. And with this one you can get an arrow shape, and you can count the number of black spaces to get whatever length you want to, and it makes it very easy to cut the shape you want. This one, I just cut one arrow from and then one writing pattern from a different washi tape, and then another arrow to create that pattern there. With these ones, they've got little segments, so I counted how many segments I wanted, here and here, there and there, to get that pattern. With this one, I just used each. It had 4 different colors and 4 different lots of writing, so it gave me 3 patterns on that side and 1 on the other, just to make the page interesting. With this one, there's a whole lot of little tiles, and you just count the number of tiles and cut it off at the height you want it. With this one, it's got some squares, and it just makes it very easy to cut again to the size you want. And there's some arrows top and bottom as well. So you can take advantage of the shape, the geometric shapes on your washi tape to create your patterns. Now these last few are just completely different. Okay, that one I've got 3 different washi tapes. I've gone on the diagonal there, and because I was running out of washi tape, I didn't completely cover that end. I just went part of way along. With this one, same thing. I was running out of washi tape, so I didn't stop. I just added a short piece there and a long piece on that side. And this one, I just cut the tape into diamonds. And this one, I actually cut with a blade down the middle of the washi tape to cause a curve on one side and a straight on the other, and I just went on the diagonal on all 4 corners, and all those diagonals are a different shape. With this one, I just used the arrows to do those corners. With this one, just a short one either side because I was running out of tape, and it's such a pretty tape. And in this one, I actually cut along this geometric shape at that end. So it's endless, depending on your pattern, what you can do with washi tape to put an interesting look inside a book, so that it's not boring. It's just a bit of fun. Don't let any of your washi tape go to waste. On these pages, any of the bits I cut off that overlapped or came over the edge of the page, I put as a border pattern into this book to create an interesting page, or as a pattern on the inside. So when you look at this at a glance, you can see there all the different coloured washi tapes I've got in that book. But it just makes an interesting pattern to go with the other colours that I've got in that book. Here's another one over here. There we are. Okay, so don't waste anything. Coming up on the screen now are some other videos that might be of interest to you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video in this series. Bye for now.